You didn't delegate, you disappeared. And the difference between those two things is the framework you never built before you left. So if you're an unqualified victim in this arena, you've confused delegation with disappearance. You hand things off and then you check out. Not because you trust the team to handle it, but because the discomfort of governance feels overwhelming and stepping back feels like relief. The problem is that stepping back without building the framework first isn't delegation. That's abdication. The team doesn't have the decision-making architecture they need. The standards haven't been defined. The accountability structures don't exist. So they do their best with what they have, which is usually a combination of guesswork, precedent, and whatever feels least likely to cause a problem. And you assume things are fine until they're not, right? Until the bank account number surprises you, until a client situation escalates so far past the point where it should have been, it finally gets caught, right? Until a team member makes a decision that would have been obviously wrong if anyone had identified that obviously wrong looked like. That's particularly true, or partially true, really, and completely dangerous without the governance layer underneath it, right? Good people in a system with no decision framework will make good faith decisions that produce bad outcomes, not because they're failing, because the architecture failed them. So you didn't delegate, you disappeared. And the difference between those two things is the framework you never built before you left. Not to micromanage like the qualified victim, but to signal that the standard exists and someone is actually watching it. So the unqualified victim's team doesn't need more supervision. They need to know that governance is present. That alone is probably going to change behavior.